Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you all are doing great today. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what is going on with the Bitcoin. So, let me remove this. This was just a fib tool I was using here. Um, got a big dump last night, right? And I believe that we also lost that 4-hour 200 MA. So, here's the thing. And I kind of mentioned this in the Sin City crypto group. I was worried that we were pumping first for the week, because we could be making a top for at least for now, and then we obviously came down and started dumping. So, um, I want to see us bottoming out either today or tomorrow, ideally. Okay. I don't care that we got a little bit of a pump. Actually, this is a good thing. We want to see it dumping, the first couple of days this week. So this is not necessarily a bad thing. Um, However, the thing is that on the 4-hour, I would like to see us keep this 200 MA. I don't want to see us lose it per se. Um, there is a potential based off of liquidity, at least from what I saw last night, that we could go down into the 61,000 area. That's fine, as long as we get a strong reaction from there. If we do not, we got to expect that we could be heading down for this. Okay. So I see that I saw last night that there's liquidity down to 61K, but that's going to be an area that we have to hold because if we don't hold that area, we could start really revisiting down into the 50s, 60s again. Okay. Now, could we be getting the bounce right now? It's definitely possible. I'm not trading this. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to bounce from. It does look like this would be, it's almost a 786. Let me see if I pull it from here. So you could pull it from this wick right here and it would be a 786. I don't know if that's enough liquidity that we've taken out this week for it to be, bullish at this point. It definitely is possible. We were bouncing off of one of my support zones at 62,109. So it's definitely possible that this could be a bottom for the week. Um, I would have liked to see it get down to that 61 area because of, where all the liquidity is at, but it could be enough to at least bounce from here. I'm not going to chance it right now, especially because it's still Monday. I'm going to take a step back and wait for price to really expose what it's going to do. Okay, this is like if you could long right now, but it's extremely risky. Um, the 1 hour obviously getting that bounce. It may even be better, honestly, guys, to like wait for a tweezer bottom on the 4 hour. Wait for like a white candle in my case or a green candle next to a red one, right? But that could be a possible play as well, like logging the 4 hour, tweezer bottom. Something to think about. The 15-minute looks like it's getting some recovery. I don't know. Let's see. We have some bull div here. So swing up. I mean, kind of not, not really on the 15. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trusting this move just yet. It's still, we could get the pump for right now. We could take out some liquidity and they could just fall back down. I'm not thinking that this is a reversal just yet. But I could be wrong, of course. So let's take a look and see what our target would be. So if we were to get some sort of reversal right now, you would be looking at probably around testing the 63,757 area, 63, probably honestly the weekly open at 63,752 is my guess. And if we are, bullish, we want to stay above that 63,752. So I would keep this in mind. Let me take a look and see where our midnight open was here. So it's this candle right here. So let me drive into the 1 minute. So our midnight open. So our midnight open was right about here. So it was a lot lower than and we will make it blue this time. That way we can know it's midnight open. Um so yeah, definitely we need to test 62,798 first. That's our Monday midnight open, which some call the true weekly open. But we definitely want to make sure that we can get above here and then start to see how we react to this level. This would be a resistance level for right now. before we can get back to the actual 5 p.m. Sunday weekly open at 63,752. So 62,798 is kind of be like, our line in the sand whether or not we can flip bullish this week. Um, Definitely something to look out for there. So let's go ahead and take a look now at liquidity. All right, so let me pull up my Kiyotaka here on the right. All right, perfect. So taking a look at liquidity, let me go into the 4 hour. All right. Yeah, so I mean, we're starting to dive into this pool right here. I don't know if this is enough, guys, to get us going. I would have liked to see us drop into this yellow area right here, at least touching part of it. So that's 61,000 even around there, like we talked about. I do see us coming up though and hitting this sooner rather than later, taking some of this out around 65, 66,000 area. But for right now, I gotta expect that we're gonna get, some sort of a drop into this yellow area until proven otherwise. This is not looking too bullish just yet. But again, great sign is, or the great news is for the bulls is that it's the start of the week, right? Like I said, so yeah, I mean, on the 1 hour, you can see like we have this red area of liquidity right here. Even our order book is telling us like, hey, I want to come down to 61.5, right? This is what, we have all these orders down to 61.5. So, um, you could definitely front run this. I don't know if we're going to actually get down to 61,000 even. I would expect that we would at least start taking up to 61.5, so you could actually front run this drop. I might even do that, putting a limit order at like 61.6 or so, even if I have to have some drawdown, I don't care. I just want to be in. But as long as we take out this area right here, I would basically expect a bullish reversal. Now, this does worry me or concern me. I don't want to see us really bounce right here. There's no real confluence with this area, in my opinion. I mean, we kind of bounced, I guess, off of that 62,140. We used it as support. That was resistance before, but I would like to see us take out this triple bottom thing right here, honestly, and then get that pump up. So maybe we actually will get, our bullish divergence, but it has to take out this first. So give it time, guys. I mean, you could, like I said, long, not financial advice, but don't let me hold you back, but just know the risk behind it, right? Um, let's take a look at the 15 minute. So 15 minute looks like it's gonna bounce off of the 21. Might get rejected there. We'll see. But yeah, I this is so juicy down here, like to take out. This is just to me very obvious that we're gonna at least come down to this yellow area. So yeah, I might front run this at like 61.5, 61. Yeah, I would say 61.5 ish area. 61.6 maybe 61, yeah, 61.6. Just to because I mean look at that. Like you could literally just have, there's a lot of people logging from here with their stops right below these wicks, right? And then you could log it, you could put, a stop loss probably below like maybe even, 60,500, play the 4 hour, make it go all the way up to 66,000 or whatever. But that could be a play of the week. We don't know at this point. Again, not financial advice, but that could be a huge play, a move that people wouldn't be expecting, right? So, not that that's going to happen, but, I'm just kind of forecasting the way that, I view the charts from my perspective, right? All right, so 5 minutes is showing the exact same thing. It does look like we're going to head it down closer to 61,000 even, or even past that potentially. But yeah, guys, I mean, don't think that I don't think it's done with its dump just yet. It could be for right now, but we need a lot more evidence that it wants to make a move up. It wants to get above that weekly open, Monday midnight open at least. I think that was around 62.5-ish area, if I remember correctly, 62,798. So that's kind of be our first target of 62,800, basically, to the upside, whether or not we can get above that. And then to the downside, you're looking at around 61, thousand even, or, if you were looking for an entry, I would say around 61.5, 61.6, because you might not get it if you, leave a limit order down here. Price seems to be front running a lot lately. So, just be mindful of that if you're going to, place an order. Anyways, guys, that's what I have for this morning. Let me take a look at the simple map and see what's going on there real quick. So regarding the simple map, you have definitely some 100x leading up, right? And you're starting to get into some of the 50x as well. You do have, a little bridge of 100x to lead you down to some of this bigger liquidity here. I would say that, if we were to expect more of a dump to basically have price action fall through like the VRVP, right? It would fall through once it got to here and it would end up right around here. So this would be 61,440-ish, it looks like. So then it would possibly have some sort of support there. So 61,400-ish is where I'm showing some potential support. 61,440-ish around that area. 61.5. So definitely think there's a possibility we get down here and then maybe start to wreck the shorts from that point. That's what the smaller time frames are showing me. On the bigger time frames, it does look like we're nearing this area as well. And this also shows, where is this bar at? 61.5. So 61.5 is going to be key, guys. If we lose 61.5, we're going to start to climb up this hill right here. If we get to the top, we're going to really fall down and cascade through. So definitely see 61.5 as a point of support potentially if we were to keep falling. At least that's what it shows on the swing time frames, both on the macro and the micro charts. So, all right, guys, that is what I have for you this morning. As usual, if you guys want to use Trading Different and its tools, I give you guys twice a day updates, so you get to see it quite often, but it does really help with even scalping the smaller time frames. Feel free to use my code Sean, tradingdifferent.com/code/Sean, and you will get 10% off of your entire order, which is a pretty decent discount off of this tool. So, anyways, guys, that is what I have for you for right now. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe trading day, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.